So you have got so many holidays during our social classes, no? Yes. So do you remember what we are learning in social? Yes, about the temperate zone and the frigid zone, right? So we have discussed everything about this temperate zone and the frigid zone, right? So we have completed our chapter 4. So in today's class, we are going to recall all the concepts whatever we have learned about this temperate zone and the frigid zone, okay? So we have seen the location of this temperate zone and frigid zone, then how will be the climate, how will be the wildlife, plant life and the life of people in these two temperature zones, right? So in today's class, let us have a short recap and these topics, okay? Shall we start? Yes, first let us see the different temperature zones, okay? So how many temperature zones we have? We have 3 temperature zones, right? What are they? The torrid zone, the temperate zone and the frigid zone, right? So first, where is the torrid zone located? We have discussed in chapter 3. So it is along the equator, right? So we have equator at 0 degree. So between these two tropics we have torrid zone. So this area is torrid zone. That is between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. Along the equator we have the torrid zone. So where is our temperate zone? So in the northern hemisphere. So where is northern hemisphere? This upside. Above the equator is the northern hemisphere and below the equator line is the southern hemisphere. So where is our temperate zone located? So in the northern hemisphere it is between the Tropic of Cancer and the Arctic Circle, and in the southern hemisphere it is between the Tropic of Capricorn and the Antarctic Circle, okay? So say me, where is this temperate zone located? In the northern hemisphere between the Tropic of Cancer and the Arctic Circle, and in the southern hemisphere between the Tropic of Capricorn and the Antarctic Circle. Very good. Now say me, where is this frigid zone located? Yes, in the northern hemisphere it is between the Arctic Circle and the North Pole. Okay, so in the northern hemisphere the frigid zone is located between the Arctic Circle and the North Pole, and in the southern hemisphere this frigid zone is located between the Antarctic Circle and the South Pole. Okay, so these are the areas this frigid zone is located. Yes, now can you say me the location? Now you know the location of this temperate zone and the frigid zone, right? Yes. So what are the other important features of this temperate zone and the frigid zone? What we can see in the temperate zone? Yes, in the temperate zone there is grasslands, right? Temperate zone is mostly covered with grasslands. So what are grasslands? A large area that is fully covered with short and soft grass, right? So a large area fully covered with grass, that is grasslands. So in temperate zone we can see more grasslands, okay? So it has different names at different parts of the world, right? So what are they? In North America, these grasslands are known as prairies, okay? In North America, the grasslands are known as prairies, and in Russia it is known as steppes. In South America, these grasslands are known as pampas. In South Africa, these are known as vales, and in Australia, these grasslands are known as downs, okay? So say me once again, these grasslands are also known as prairies in North America, steppes in Russia, pampas in South America, vales in South Africa, and downs in Australia, okay? So these are the important feature about this temperate zone. Now what about frigid zone? So it is situated towards the poles, right? Towards the poles only we have this frigid zone. So the sun's rays will not fall directly towards the poles, right? So it is cool, very cool, right? So in southern hemisphere we have Antarctica, and we know that life was impossible there. Why? Because it is fully covered with snow, right? In the same way the northern hemisphere also, okay? So this frigid zone is mostly covered with polar ice caps, okay? This is frozen throughout the year, and this frigid zone is completely covered with polar ice caps, okay? So now we know where is this frigid zone and the temperate zone located, right? So in the northern hemisphere, temperate zone is located between the Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle in this area, okay? And in the southern hemisphere, this temperate zone is located between the Tropic of Capricorn and the Antarctic Circle. In the same way, in the northern hemisphere, frigid zone is located between the Arctic Circle and the North Pole, and in the southern hemisphere, the frigid zone is located between the Antarctic Circle and the South Pole, okay? Understood? Yes, now let us recall about the climate, the life of the people, the plant life and wildlife in these two temperate zones. Okay? Yes, children, first let us recall about the climate, plant life and the life of the people in the temperate zone. Okay? So, do you remember what we have learned about the climate in the temperate zone? How will be the climate? Yes, see, the summers here are very hot, whereas the winters are cold. Okay? So, how will be the climate in the temperate zone? The summers will be very hot, but in the winters are quite cold. Okay? So, how is the rainfall? It receives only moderate rainfall, okay? Not heavy rainfall, only moderate rainfall. Moderate rainfall during summer and there will be heavy snowfall during winter, okay? In summer, there will be moderate rainfall and there will be a heavy snowfall during winter. And it's a Chinook blows over prairies and it causes a quick change in the temperature. So, what do we mean by Chinook? What I said to you, what is a Chinook? Yes, these are hot and dry winds, okay, very hot winds. It blows over prairies. So, what are prairies? These are the grasslands in North America. Very good. So, this Chinook blows over the prairies and this causes a quick change in the temperature in this temperate zone. Okay, so how will be the climate in the temperate zone? The summers are very hot and the winters are very cold. Okay, so that's all about the climate. Now shall we see how will be the plant life here? See, so it receives low or moderate rainfall. So generally treeless. We have seen in the climate, right? So this temperate zone is receiving only a moderate rainfall. So as it is receiving only moderate rainfall, tall trees cannot grow here. Okay, that's why in temperate zone there are more grasslands, right? So receives low rainfall, that's why these grasslands are generally treeless. Okay, we cannot see tall trees here. And see what these grasses are helping us, how these grasses are helping us. Grasses help to reduce soil erosion. Okay, these grasses helps to prevent soil erosion. And see, much of the area covered by grasses were cleared for growing wheat and corn. Okay, but now for agriculture purpose, okay, for agriculture purpose, most of the areas were cleared for growing what type of crops? Wheat and corn. Okay, and see in grasslands we have many grasses, right? So the common type of grasses we can see here are ryegrass, buffalo grass, foxtail and alfalfa. Okay, so some of the common grasses we can see here are ryegrass, buffalo grass, foxtail and alfalfa. Okay, so these are about the plant life in this temperate zone. Okay, so the main points are as it is receiving moderate rainfall, tall trees cannot grow here. That's why we are having more grasses. But nowadays most of the grasslands are destroyed for growing for agriculture and the main crops grown are wheat and corn. Okay, and do you remember what we have learned in the animal life? Yes, in the animal life we have seen what are the different kinds of animals we can see in the different grasslands, right? Yes, I hope you remember those animals, right? Yes, now let us discuss about the life of the people. Okay, now let us recall how will be the life of the people in this temperate zone. Okay, see how will be the life of the people. These grasslands are densely populated because of the availability of agricultural land. Okay, see in this temperate grasslands agriculture is highly popular. Okay, that's why it is densely populated. Densely populated means highly populated. Okay, because of the availability of this agricultural lands. And what is the main occupation of the people? We have seen, right, it has many agricultural lands. So what will be the main occupation? It is farming. So main occupation of the people is farming, and for this farming they are using very large and modern machinery. Okay, so they are using modern machinery for this farming purpose. Okay, and also people own large ranches. So what are ranches? Place where the cattle are kept. Okay, so people own large ranches to keep horses, rear cattle for milk and meat, and also sheep for wool and dairy products. Okay, and so one of the important wool called merino wool, that is obtained from merino sheep, is found in Australia. Okay, merino wool, that is a high quality wool. Okay, that is obtained from which sheep? Merino sheep, that is found in the grasslands of Australia. Okay, and this area is also having so many indigenous tribes. What do you mean by indigenous tribes? So these people are living in they are from the grasslands itself. itself. Okay, they have not migrated from other countries or other places. Okay, they are the tribes. They belong to the grasslands. Okay, so this temperate grasslands has more indigenous tribes. Okay, so that's all about the life of the people in the temperate grasslands. So their main occupation is farming. Okay, so now I hope that you can recall all the concepts what we have learned in the temperate zone, right? So shall we have a small question and answer session now? Yes children, now I will ask you some questions regarding this temperate zone and you have to answer correctly. Okay, ready? Shall we start? Now see the first question. The grasslands are known as dash in Russia. So what is the name of the grasslands in Russia? See what are the options? Vales, steppes, pampas and downs. Say me, which is the correct answer? So the grasslands are known as dash in Russia. Yes, very good. Steppes. Okay? Steppes. Shall we check the answer? Yes, correct. Very good. Now shall we pass on to the next question? Yes, now see the second question. The dash of North America are known as the breadbasket of the world. The dash of North America are known as the breadbasket of the world. Do you have any idea? Yes, Amy? We have seen, right, in which grasslands we can produce more wheat. See, it is in downs, prairies, vales or steppes. Which is the correct answer? Yes, prairies, right? Yes. Shall we check our answer now? Yes, very good. So, prairies is the right answer, okay? So, the prairies of North America is known as the breadbasket of the world, okay? Very good. Yes, now see the third question. The main occupation of the people living in the grasslands is dash. Just now we saw. What is the main occupation? Farming, mining, cattle rearing, fishing. Which is the right answer? Yes, your guessing is farming, right? Yes. Shall we check the answer? Yes, it is the right answer. Very good. So the main occupation of the people living in the grassland is farming. Good. Yes, now see the fourth question. Kangaroo and wallaby are found in the dash of Australia. So kangaroo and wallaby are the animals are found in which grasslands of Australia? So in Australia, what is the name of the grasslands? Yes, whether it is vales, downs, prairies or pampas, which one? Yes, downs, right? Shall we check? Yes, very good. So, kangaroo and wallaby are found in downs of Australia. Very good. Yes. Now, in the grasslands, dash are very hot. Which season is very hot? Summers, autumn, winters or spring. Which season is very hot? Automatically we know, right? Summers will be hot. So, summers. Shall we check? Yes. So, in the grasslands, summers are very hot. Very good. Now, see the next question. The temperate zone lies between the dash and the Arctic Circle in the northern hemisphere. So, in the northern hemisphere, the temperate zone is between dash and the Arctic Circle. Which one? Tropic of Capricorn, Equator, Tropic of Cancer or Antarctic Circle? Which one? Yes, very good. Tropic of Cancer, right? Shall we check? Yes, that is the right answer. So, the temperate zone lies between the Tropic of Cancer and the Arctic Circle in the northern hemisphere. Very good. Yes, now see, dash is found in the Wales of South Africa. So, which animal is famous in the Wales of South Africa? Whether it is kangaroo, bison, lion or emu, which one? Yes, lion, right? Shall we check? Yes, a right answer. So, lion is found in the Wales of South Africa. Very good children. Now, I hope that you got a clear understanding on this temperate zone, right? Yes. Now, let us discuss about the frigid zone, okay? Yes, children. Now, let us discuss about the climate, plant life and life of the people in the frigid zone, okay? So, we know, right, the frigid zone is fully covered with snow throughout the year. So, how will be the climate here? It will be very cold, right? Very good. So, how is the climate? It is extremely cold, okay? It is extremely cold and it has only two seasons. What are the two seasons we can see in the frigid zone? Only summer and winter, okay? There are only two seasons, summer and winter. And how is the winter? Winters are very long. So, winter lasts for about 9 months, okay? Winter lasts for about 9 months and it remains frozen. And the important point is sun does not rise and it remains dark all the time. Okay, sun will not rise during this winter season. And how will be the summer season? The summer lasts for only 2 or 3 months. Okay, so like 9 months it is winter season and only for 2 or 3 months we have summer season. So it lasts for about 2 or 3 months. And how is the summer season? It is also cold. Okay, but what is the difference? You see, the sun is visible in the sky for 24 hours. So in the summer season, sun is there in the sky for 24 hours, whereas in the winter season, the sun will never rise at all. Okay, so that's all about the climate of this frigid zone. Okay, so it is extremely cold and it has only 2 seasons, that is summer and winter. Okay, so winter is a long season and it lasts for about 9 months, whereas summer lasts for about only 3 months. So in winter, the sun will never rise, whereas in summer, the sun will be in the sky for 24 hours. Okay, so that's all about the climate. Now, shall we see how will be the plant life? So we know, right? It is completely frozen. So can any crops can be grown there? It is very difficult, right? So see, very little vegetation because of the cold climate. Okay, and then see, the ground remains covered with snow and ice for many months. Maybe like winter, it is completely covered with ice and snow, right? So the ground remains completely covered with snow and ice for many months. That's why it is also called as tundra region. Okay, why we are calling frigid zone as tundra region? Because the ground here is covered with ice and snow throughout the year. Okay, and what type of crops we can see here? What type of plants we can see here? Only shrubs, mosses, lichens and herbs. Okay, and they also grow very close to the ground only during the summer season. Okay, so only this kind of vegetation we can see in this frigid zone. Okay, so here the plant life is very poor because the ground is covered with ice and snow throughout the year. Okay, yes, now let us discuss about the life of the people. How will be the life of the people? Can many people live here? No, right? Because it is completely covered with snow and vegetation is almost impossible here, right? So the population is low. The population is low, and see, in the southern hemisphere we have Antarctica, right? So in Antarctica this life is next to impossible. That means life is almost impossible in the continent of Antarctica, that is in the southern hemisphere. Okay, and how is the northern hemisphere? In the northern hemisphere, that is the frigid zone of the northern hemisphere. Okay, so in this northern hemisphere people live near the sea coast. Okay, near the coastal areas. And yes, see here, the people from Greenland, Russia and Canada are known as Inuits. Okay, so the people living in the frigid zone of Greenland, Russia and Canada are known as Inuits, and the people living in Alaska are known as Aleutians. Okay, people living in Greenland, Russia and Canada are known as Inuits, and the people living in Alaska are known as Aleutians. Okay, and see, how are the houses made? The houses are made of wood. Okay, houses are made of wood and these are permanent houses. The houses are made of wood and they are permanent houses. And what is the main occupation of the people? Hunting and fishing. The main occupation of the people living here are hunting and fishing. And what are the types of the clothes that people living here will wear? People wear clothes made from wool and animal skin. Okay, because it is very cool, right? So to cope up with the coolness, people wear clothes made from wool and animal skin. Okay, and what type of vehicles they are using for traveling? So for traveling, they will use sledges or snowmobile, and we have seen what are sledges and what are snowmobiles, right? So sledges or a snowmobile are the type of vehicles that are used by the people in frigid zone. Okay, so this is how the life of the people will be in the frigid zone. Okay, and say how will be the animal life? Yes, we have seen what are the different types of animals we can see in this frigid zone, right? And also we have seen what are the adaptations they are having, right? So what are the adaptations they have? So as this frigid zone is very cool, the animals living there will have thick fur, right? So to protect themselves from the coolness, the animals will have thick fur, and mostly the fur of all the animals will be in white color, so that they can blend with the ground, right? So the ground also fully covered with snow, so that is white in color. So mainly the fur of the animals is also white in color, and also most of the animals will hibernate. Hibernate means what? They will go for a long sleep. They will sleep for months. During which season? Winter season. Because in winter season the climate is very cool, so they can't find food, right? The ground is completely frozen. So it is very difficult for them to find food. So those animals will hibernate. And what the birds will do? Birds will migrate from those area to some warmer areas. Okay? Yes. Now can you recall all the things what we have learned in the frigid zone? Yes children, now in the frigid zone, let us have a recap with the help of some pictures, okay? So you are going to say what is that picture, okay? Ready? See, walrus. Which one is walrus? Either option A or option B. Yes, what is the first one? That is Arctic hare, right? So which one is walrus? Yes, second one. Yeah, very good. The answer is correct. Good. Yes, now see the second question. Again we have two options and we have to find which one is Arctic fox. Can you say whether it is first one or second one? Yes, second one, right? Yes, again the first one is Arctic hare. So this is the Arctic fox. Shall we check? Yes, the answer is correct. Good. Yes, now see third one. We have to identify which one is sledge. Which one is sledge? What is the first one? This is snowmobile, right? So sledge is something that is, yes, this one is snowmobile, right? So which one is sledge? This second one, right? Shall we check? Yes, this is the correct answer. Good. Yes, see, with fourth question we have to find which one is muskox. What is this? Do you have any idea which one is muskox? Yes, option A, right? So we know the first question we have seen, this is walrus, right? So this is muskox. Shall we check? Yes, this is muskox. Very good. So now I hope that you got a clear idea on the frigid zone also, right? So in today's class, we have recalled all the concepts what we have learned in the temperate zone and the frigid zone, right? So now I hope that you have a clear idea on how will be the climate, how will be the plant life, how will be the animal life, and also how will be the life of the people in these two temperature zones, right? So if you have any doubt in these things, feel free to contact me, okay? So in the next class, we can discuss all the book back question answers and also our workbook, okay? So in the next class, get ready with your workbook and your student's book, okay? So meet you in the next class. Thank you.